Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to another episode of B is for Build. In this episode, it's the final assembly of the M5. Sad day, last episode working on this car for now. But I am very excited to see what it looks like when it's all put back together. Stay tuned. Alright, let's get down to work. I got some new tires put on the old wheels. If you guys remember, the old tires were just total junk, so I threw out the old tires, got some brand new tires put on the wheels. Let's get those put on the car. Got a fresh set of B is for Build style tires, you know, nothing too fancy, whatever, they'll work. And Brett was kind enough to like next day me these airbag sensors. So these are the airbag sensors that I lost. I accidentally threw them away. So there's one here wired in, one here wired in. I'm gonna go ahead and jump in the car and see what happens when I turn it on. So hope I didn't install these airbag sensors incorrectly, because then the airbag might just explode in my face. So seat all the way back, give myself a little room here. Let's see what happens. Okay, it's happy. I didn't explode. Airbag light went off automatically, woohoo! That's awesome that worked. I'm so stoked to not have any airbag issues with this car, because it makes it a lot safer for Chelsea. Speaking of Chelsea, she really wanted to have a lot more to do with this build than she has so far, so I'm just gonna go ahead and cut it right here tonight. We'll come back tomorrow with Chelsea, and I can make her go through the painstaking process of reinstalling all the body panels on the front end of a car that got smashed. See you tomorrow. Chelsea's here. She's unwrapping some goodies that I bought for her for the car. We got the car up on the jacks, and I'll be honest, I don't know exactly where to start on this. I feel like there's maybe one or two bent things over here still that may impede the panel hanging process. So I'm gonna get started just by bolting up things that I know are straight. Another thing, we had a check engine light, and my Airbox does have a crack in it underneath there, and Brett noticed that in the last episode. Brett, you may know, he's the guy that hooked us up with all the panels and stuff like that from his parts car. To the rescue once again, mailed me his Airbox. Huge thanks to Brett. You guys check out, there's a link in the description. He has an M part store. He makes some of his own M parts. Very, very cool stuff. Check it out. So I'm gonna go ahead and replace the Airbox and start bolting up a couple things in here that I know are dead nuts straight. That way it'll give us a good reference for the next panels that we wanna hang. Got the Airbox installed and a lot of these front components on, some new pieces that I've never had back on before. Everything's lining up nicely, but there is some damage over here. I did notice that this is bent back about an extra ½ an inch. So that needs to come forward. I'm gonna go ahead and bend that back out forward. Channel locks are really good for doing that job. So because I'm not 100% sure of how straight everything is on this car, what I'm gonna go ahead and do is loosely mount the two fenders, the hood, and the headlights. Then once things start lining up with each other, I'll start bolting them down. Chelsea had some fun unwrapping parts, and this is one of the parts that I bought for her. It is a carbon fiber rear spoiler lip. It came off eBay. It has a little imperfection right here and one more on the backside that I think we can buff out. But it's very cool. We are gonna use it. I'm just gonna email the eBay seller and try and get some money back out of them. So hopefully this will be next to free. I think it was about a $150 part. It's just a little decorative rear spoiler carbon fiber jobby. So she's gonna go ahead and install that on the trunk lid now. She's gonna pull off the one that we have on there, which is this plain black one. I just don't really like the look of this as much as the other one. The other one kind of goes out more, where this one kind of is just like a little lump. So she's gonna uninstall this one and reinstall that one. quick spoiler install kind of got away from us. The double-sided tape that was used on here left a lot of residue and we had to get it all off. because the other spoiler doesn't quite cover as much up here. The only big problem that I'm seeing is it looks like it left some sort of like a brown, kind of like sunburnt, dirty residue line around here. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit this all with the polishing stuff. It's just a drill, little polishing pad and polishing compound, and just give this thing a nice polish up, and that should get rid of that whole brown line thing. And we'll have a clean surface to stick the spoiler to. Good as new, everything just polished right out really fast, so that was great, just quick buffing. And now Chelsea can go ahead and install her new spoiler without having any gross marks up here. Oh, if any of you guys are wondering how we dealt with that double-sided tape, it was just a razor blade and 3M adhesive remover. So clearly we have a little bit of difference in color in the panel here, but this is fresh brand new paint, and this one is got several thousand miles of dust and debris on it. So fingers crossed, I'm gonna clean this stuff up and hopefully they match. Well, that's a bummer. The panels don't match. I think this is sun wear. I think that this has been worn out by the sun. It's a 2009, so it's got some years on it. When we go look at the side skirt, this part that's been hidden underneath, it's been tucked in, actually matches with that panel really, really well. So I think what happened is this is just a newbie mistake on my part. I went and got the paint. This is the paint code for the car, but I didn't really paint test like a card and match it up with the car and see how it was gonna look. There is a, somewhat of a difference. So what we're gonna go ahead and do is we're gonna continue on with the final installation, because the car is still gonna work obviously fine. It's just gonna look a little bit off when it's perfectly clean. And then what I'm gonna go ahead and do is after we get it registered, we're gonna take it down to a paint shop later on off film, and I'm gonna ask them to blend the two panels. So that's a common thing that you have in crashed cars is they do the paint, they use the paint code, and then they blend the paint into the next panel. So that's what we'll do. They'll blend the new white paint into the darker sunburnt paint, and then that will be like one fluid looking thing across. It's really like, here Chelsea, stand in the middle of that crack right there. See, when you look now and there's something covering up the actual two pieces, it doesn't really look different, and that's kind of what blending does. So it's a bummer, it looks a little silly, but it's nothing that's gonna stop us because we gotta keep assembling. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw that fender's on right now, it's actually bolted on. I'm gonna go ahead and bolt on the other fender and the hood and the headlights. Hey, good news and bad news. Good news is the panels fit great. The panel gap is like perfectly uniform with the hood and everything. It's really coming together. Bad news is I've figured out that this isn't a sunburn issue. This is the wrong paint. Turns out that the BMW Alpenweiss 300 is actually like almost includes 10 different shades of white. So the car, M5 only comes in one version of white, which is the Alpenweiss 300, which is when I went down to the paint store, I said, I need the Alpenweiss 300. And he's like, great, types it in, done, has it. But apparently Alpenweiss 300 is different between maybe M5s and 3 Series and other BMW lines, whatever, older, newer, not really sure. But I've come to the conclusion that I have the wrong paint. That's not something that can just be blended. The more I looked at it, I'm like, that's not gonna work. So if there's one thing that I've learned while painting, it's that if you make a mistake, you should just stop right where you are and go fix it. So that's what I'm decided to do. I'm gonna go ahead and stop putting all the panels on right now. There's really no point. I'm gonna go down to the paint shop. I'm gonna bring my VIN number and another panel. I'm gonna bring the bumper that was destroyed on this car with me down to the paint shop, and I will come back with the exact right paint, and then we'll fix this mistake. Did this same thing happen on the Evora? No, it was both. We're learning things here. So that's it. I've decided I'm going to fix the problem on this one, and I will do that in the next episode. Positives of this episode, though, we got the airbag situation fixed. That's really awesome. And we got the cool spoiler on there, and we did a bunch of other good stuff. So a lot of good stuff happened, but it's definitely not the final assembly by any means. So stay tuned. That'll come soon. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks for all the support. If you want to help out and support more, check out our merch at bsforbuild.com. And if you want to find us at more places, check us out. We're BS for Build on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitch, all that good stuff. See you guys there soon, and I will see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe. Peace!